So what are my thoughts on racism? Well, I consider myself somebody who really likes to travel quite a bit. And let me tell you how stupid traveling would be if I was to go somewhere else and it would be exactly the same as the place in which I just left. You don't travel to travel somewhere that's similar to where you've been. You travel to go and experience something new, something different, something exciting. That's what excitation is experiencing something that you have yet to experience. In regards to racism, I like to compare it to scuba diving. I'm big into scuba diving, I've been certified, and I love it. But scuba diving would be stupid if I was to go down and see only one type of fish, only one type of coral. Every square inch of everywhere I saw was the exact same. And that's why diversity is so important. Being a biology major, you learn about biodiversity and how the interaction between all things actually help to make a stronger thing itself. And I like to relate that to diversity of the populations of humanity in regards to race and ethnicity. I mean, it's the same thing. When I travel, I don't go and travel to see everybody that I've already saw. No, I go to meet new people, see new things, and experience something different from where I've been and what has been to what is right now where I'm at. And that's what excites it. That's what excites me. That's what makes it exciting. So that's my feelings on race and biodiversity. I think it's a good thing, but at the same point in time, I'm gonna flip-flop here because ultimately we all like to have a comfort zone. And to be comfortable means to find something almost familiar, something that is comforting by smell, by taste, by touch, what we see, what we hear. A simple melody from our past and childhood can comfort us more than anything, but it's something that's familiar to us. And so at the same point in time that I am, an activist for biodiversity, for diversity of race, for many ethnicities, still I have to hold true to the fact of what I myself actually am. When I'm out in the wilderness and when I'm doing some sort of, ecology exercise, we're identifying organisms by their characteristics. And ultimately we call things by their appearance and, what they themselves actually are and how they differ or how they're the same from other things. It's not necessarily racism, it's just being blunt and being truthful about what they are. So at the same point in time, but just on the other side of the coin, I speak about things how they are. And in a lot of ways, that may be falling into some sort of stereotypical category in regards to speaking about things in possibly a politically incorrect manner. But in doing so, I'm not lying to myself and I'm not lying to everybody else about what things are. And at the same point in time, I have to be honest to who I myself am. And if I find that, what I myself am is being attacked, then it's easy for me to lash out and for me to fall into a category or a categorization of somebody which is seen as almost as like a racist, right? Because all of a sudden I'm on the defense and my defense becomes an offense in that I automatically attack, the images of other people's. And, initially it was me being attacked, and then becomes an argument of who threw the first punch. And so, as you've seen, I flip-flopped. Now, initially I was beginning this conversation by stating the beauty of the world, and the beauty of the world is strictly dependent upon the biodiversity of the world. And that's my true stance. But at the same point in time, I do like comfort. I like that safety zone of being in a place that's familiar to me. And in most cases, that's my historical past. And my historical past, houses with that my ethnic origins. And so at times, it may seem like that's a racist viewpoint because I'm identifying with myself. But why is that racist? Because that's what I am. You don't call something that's black white when it's black, right? And it's not racist to do so, it's just being truthful. And another thing which really bothers me is that people can't see the diversity within race itself. Ask a white person if all white people are the same, and they're going to tell you no. Ask, and this transcends even race and ethnicity, or even nationality. Are all Americans the same? No. Are all Europeans the same? No. Are all Africans the same? No. Go to North Africa. It's way different than South Africa or the middle of Africa. And so it's like people don't understand and they can't recognize, and they all of a sudden clump everybody together in this one group. And maybe more people are similar to me than I give them credit for being, because I think ultimately we all do understand and recognize that the beauty of the world lies in its biodiversity. But at the same point in time, people probably get, a little hurt or upset when they find themselves being attacked and then lumped into a group which is being attacked. But then, that's in a lot of ways their own personal identity, so they can't help but lash out upon their attackers. And in doing so, it becomes this battle of who struck first. You're the racist. No, and all of this other just nonsense and, slandering terms being just thrown around. When truly and intrinsically, when we're all not trying to just appear as a hard ass, we all love everybody and everything. And I think that's the case for most people. Even the people that you see, posted all over the news that are committing heinous crimes. I think deep down internally, they themselves love the biodiversity of the world as well. Even within it, like, let's say a small community, internally and deep down, they would still accept that they love the fact that there's a difference among the individuals that they interact with. So anyways, that's my thoughts on racism, race, and diversity within race itself. And I thank you all for joining me on this little trip through the mind and for listening to my discussion. Make sure to comment and post your thoughts below so that I can see and interact with this community. Make sure to give this video a like and a share if you thought it was worth doing so. Thank you all. I appreciate you all watching my channel and hope you continue to do so.